The man died and told his wife to give him all his money in his coffin. And she was so afraid of him because he was such a miser. She literally did it. Her brother showed up and her brother said, "What is that inside the coffin covering his whole body?" It's his money. He said he wanted it in cash in him. Her brother wrote him a check and said, "Give me this bag and here's the check." Let's get the show on the road. So look at what is happening for us this morning. So let us look at our message for today. Money is not the root, it is the fruit. As you know, money or finance is one of the 5 pillars, right? So this is it. It's down there. That doesn't mean it's last. But that guy, he's the one everybody comes to me for. When somebody comes for me to help, to coach, to just nurture, it's about money. It's always money first. So money is the fruit. It's not the root of our problems all the time. It's the result. So I always say that money is a symptom, not a cause. I find that the cause lies in the other 4 pillars, and especially emotion. Emotional prosperity it takes a lot because it takes the hit from the 5 senses, right? And then physical, and then mental, and then spiritual. They really push harder, but we do not see them as the cause. We blame money. It's almost like we give money life, and we believe money is in control. So good morning, my dear radiant human beings. Let's begin by taking a breath and let it go. Take that breath and begin. Open your mind so you can be amazed and listen. And let's inhale and exhale and inhale abundance. So let's begin by taking it. Inhale abundance. Abundance in the 5 pillars of prosperity. Place your hand on your heart and repeat this. Money is not the root. I am the root. Prosperity grows from me. So it's you that have to let prosperity grow from you. Money is not the root. I am the root of everything in my life. I have it. I got it. I might not know that. I might not recognize the root. I might not even nurture the root. But hey, I am the root. And we have to know that. And all the prosperity that we crave is coming from us. It's not coming from next door. It's not coming because of. It's not coming if I knew. All of that is gone. If stands stiff. The misunderstood root, that is what it is. We've all heard the phrase, money is the root of all evil. That poor thing, you know what? It just takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Let me tell you something truthfully and boldly. That is a lie. It is a lie. It is a misquoted, misunderstood belief that's done more damage than good. Do you believe that? If you do, put it there. Do you believe that money has done more damage than good? Think about it, because it has. The original, the love of money is the root of all evil. That's the original. But then we just take it, money is the root of all evil, and we go with that. And when somebody says that, look at their body language, look at the expressions on their face, look at what happens. They go in. It's like there is no room to expand, to accept abundance. They freeze in that moment. And even then, it's not about the money. It's about what's growing deep within you. Money is not the root, it is the fruit. And like all fruit, it grows from something. Money grows from a mindset. It grows from a habit. It grows from a belief system. It grows from a relationship with value. And it also grows with a relationship with abundance. And all of those five can be the opposite. So you can look at money and your mindset is, this thing is just terrible. Look at rich people. Money, how rich, they have this habit of being mean. money is the root of all evil. The old lady went to heaven and the rich man didn't go. The camel went through the eye of the needle. I want to meet that camel that went through the eye of the needle, how it went like that, And it's a relationship. What is your relationship with money? Some people there's two kinds of relationship. I'm going to hold on to my money. Nobody's entering into my money and my money. I'm not telling you my secret. I'm not telling you how I did it. Everybody has a secret. Everybody has a secret. That makes me laugh so much. I love the secrets that everybody talks about. They have a secret, my money. Tessa-Marie shouldn't, but I have no secret. If I make it, you can make it. If I know it, I will share it. If I have it, I will give it. I have questioned myself. Why do I love to share and to give? And that is something that I really do not understand. If you have it, why can't you share a little bit of it? Why do you hold it? Why are you thinking you do not have enough? I do not have enough to give. Some people say, my brother Norman said that. And I look at it and I feel sorry because I notice the people that do not share, they never look like they're shining. They never look like there's luster in them or their blood is flowing through them. It does not have to be money or your possessions or your good, but a smile is a share. A wave is a share. A hello is a share. And that is what we all have to understand. If you have a rotten root of fear, the fruit will be scarcity. You will never see it. If you have a root that you believe money is the root of all evil and money is bad and all those things, you will always be scared. I do a lot. Tomorrow I'm going to do a workshop up about an hour away in Stouffville, and it's going to be about the pillar of spirituality. They asked for it. But when I go to tell them that spirituality means you're okay, it's not a religion, it's not a dogma, I wonder what they'll say. But it really doesn't matter what they say because that is the truth, you see. If your root about money is of fear, the fruit will be scarce. You will not get it. Job said, the thing I feared has come upon me. He was always afraid of losing everything, and he did lose everything. That was a rotten root, and the fruit was scarce. He had to go back down again and build it again with the same worn-out tool. But he had faith. So we have, when we come to that, watch what is growing in our garden. What's growing in your garden of your mind? Are you afraid that because you have $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in the bank that you're going to hold it? There's this joke somebody gave me. This man died and told his wife to give him all his money in his coffin, and she was so afraid of him because he was such a miser. She literally did it. Her brother showed up and her brother said, what is that inside the coffin covering his whole body? It's his money. He said he wanted it in cash in him. Her brother wrote him a check and said, give me this bag and here's the check. And put it in the coffin. You see what I mean? He ended up going with his check. That's all he got. Scarcity, because he believed he could take everything. If you have a rotten fear, the fruit will be scarcity. If you have a root of purpose and discipline, the fruit will be overflow. Nowadays, you do not even need to be disciplined. You do not. The bank will do it for free. The financial institution loves to take your nickel. They love to take your penny. They give you a penny. That's all you get nowadays on an interest-bearing account in a bank, like a term deposit or a GIC. They give you a penny, or just a bank account. You get a penny. So they want your penny so that they can give it to somebody. So do not be ashamed to walk into your bank and say, hey, I can save $2 every 2 weeks. Can you put it from checking account to this account automatically? They say, yes, ma'am. You know why? Because that $2 you just gave them compounded and put together with 100 million other $2, guess what? You have $200 million. They can give somebody a mortgage. See what I mean? So you do not neglect saying, Tessa-Marie, all I have is $10. No, you don't. I actually did the math. I told you guys about it. The man with the business account that came here he has to do some work for me. And I told him he has a 14-year business and all he has is a business account, he's checking money, and he wants more money from the bank. The bank will never give you money when you don't have money. They have to see you have money. The more money you have, the more willing they are to take a chance on you. Because they decide you have a plan. They want the ride. They want to benefit from you. So what's growing in your garden? So let's take a look at your financial root system. Ask yourself this question. If you're looking for someone to be a speaker at any of your events that you're planning, get in touch with me. My email address is right here. And you can contact me, and I would love to give you more about making life choices to you or any of the topic on living a fulfilled life. Have a great day. What do I believe about money? What did I learn about it growing up? Do I feel guilt when I desire more? Oh, don't be greedy. You shouldn't want more money. You have so much already. Why do you want more money? Tessa-Marie, why do you want to sell your books? Because I made them so the one person that buy my book benefits from one thing inside of it. That's what matters to me. Oh, and they love to point out where the chance taker fails. When you take a chance and you do something, they love to point out that, hey, you're not a bestseller. And I learned some lesson. And the lesson that I learned, the true authors do not write a book to become a bestseller. They write the book because they had a need to write a book. Talk to Einstein. Talk to Thoreau. Talk to, what is his name? Thoreau stayed at Walden Pond for 2 years just to get in touch with nature and to find himself. You think Shakespeare made money? So it's not always about that. What you go looking for sometimes is so close under your nose, it eludes you. If you had never had $1 and you did something and you got $1, that's a sign you were successful. The bestseller doesn't make it better. Yes, you have the money, but again, what you going to do with it? Ask those that got to the mountaintop with their sack of money. Ask them why they left the money on the mountaintop and killed themselves. Ask them if you can find the soul somewhere. Ask them. So it's not always that, but it's what you think about money. The best explanation about money that I heard was from Chris Rock, the comedian. You know what he said? They said to him about money, what is how you feel about money? Or he said no. He said what money is, it's a tool that enables you to have experiences you wouldn't normally have if you didn't have the money. So it's another tool in your 5 pillars. It is another tool right next door to physical prosperity and mental and emotional and spiritual. So do I believe I must struggle in order to be deserving? Yeah. You have to be punished. You have to be poor. That's what they tell us. That's why when I go to a seminar and I said, who here wants to be rich? And they do this to me. I just want to be comfortable. I want to just go and take those arms and rip them apart. Say you want abundance. Abundance means you can fly somewhere first class and enjoy being served. For the moment, enjoy it. Or you can sit on an 8-hour flight in coach. Which one would you prefer? Be honest to yourself. Be honest to the first person here before you say, it would be nice to travel first class. Yeah, it is nice to travel first class. Even if we haven't been there, let's decide it is nice. And you can get there. But you have to have that feeling. Let's go further. Have you ever undercharged because you're afraid to ask for more? Have you? Have you ever undercharged for your price? Have you? For something you're selling? Or have you overspent to feel temporarily worthy? Oh, I'll buy this for you. I'll do this for you so you can like me. I'm worthy. Yeah. Have you? That's avoided your bank account because it made you feel anxious. I like the story of this woman that kept telling me when I met her at a seminar somewhere, and she said to me, well, when those visa bills come, I just put them under the fruit dish on the table. And I go, what? She goes, I don't open them. I just put them under the fruit dish on the table. So I said, how do you pay them? But I can't afford to pay. I don't know. I don't hide them from my husband. I put them under the fruit dish. And I go, okay. Why? When you were spending it to make you feel temporarily worthy, did you stop? So let me tell you a little thing. I call it the debt spiral. I have it when I did WordPress years and years ago. It's there. I should maybe bring it into today. The debt spiral works like this. Picture this in your mind. This is your amount of debt. And it's a circle the size of a saucer. A saucer, the one they put the teacup on, that little thing. So that's the debt. And you look at it and you know, I'm going to pay this off. You made up your mind, you got some guidance, Tessa-Marie is helping you to go forward. Year 1, the circle got smaller. Inner circle is smaller. Year 3, the circle got smaller. So you only have year 1 from that side left to pay this thing off. And then one morning you wake up, the furnace breaks down, the car won't start, this happens, that happens, the garage door won't open. You found out something is happening something happens, the hurricane in the Caribbean, and you need to send money. So boom, you took the rent money to send to help them build grandfather's house, grandmother's house, whoever, whatever. Somebody is sick somewhere where they have to pay for medication and to visit the doctor. You empty the account to do that. No, there is something you could have done. I call this person Mr. Emergency. I draw that picture, face down, droopy. Most normal, ordinary emergencies is between $1,500 to $2,000, even today. But over there in that corner, there was a dot there. Did you see that dot? That is the savings account you have at the bank with $2 in it. And Mr. Bank every month takes 50 cents because you're sitting there doing nothing. Service fee because we're looking after your $2 for you. But listen to me for a moment. If while you were paying the debt, this is what I teach. Over there on the left, on the right, that top, that's that thing the size of a dime that is called savings. The debt is the size of a plate, and an emergency comes and its mouth is big and it's yelling and you have to attend to it in the moment. 3 years of paying down the debt. 3 years of saving. $20. 3 years of saving. $20 every payday. 3 years of saving 10. Right? So you keep saving. It's automatic. You keep doing that. Now the emergency, you look, $1,200 to $1,020 is going in. Put in the money there. 3 years while the debt is going down. When the big, fat, hungry emergency comes up, you do not have to go and extend the debt anymore. Pull out the old credit card. You empty the savings to pay off the debt, but you continue to pay off the credit card, and next payday, $20 will start going routine again. You do not pay attention to that little dot and give it a little bit of fertilizer. The root will be rotten, and you will be rotten everything, and you won't get there. But if you have to use the credit card again to pay for that emergency, this is what happens. You know how we love to be deserving. So you got the credit card, send the money to Grammy, you do this, you send the money over there, you do that, you fix the furnace, you do that. And then the credit card is hot, it's in your hand. It has a life of its own. It looks at you and it says to you, oh, you know what, you have been without a new boot since 3 years ago. You haven't bought a new winter coat. You haven't bought a nice sweater. You haven't even gone out to dinner. This is your time for you to use it. Before you know this thing, you are way back to where you started, because you have to reward yourself. For 3 years, you hadn't used it. But the reason it came out of hiding, you had put it in the freezer, and all of a sudden you have to sit there and watch it defrost so you can pay this emergency, and then now it's hot in your hand, you need to drop it and use it again. That's what happened when you do not have a plan. So money is not the root, it is the fruit of your behavior and how we think. So do not undercharge when you're charging. Not be afraid. The right person will show up. Overspend is just so you could feel good in the moment is not the right way. Anxious because you don't want to look at the credit card statement or your overdraft. Bless them because you got to use them. Be grateful you had overdraft. Be grateful you have this credit card. But there is the blessings can be repaired. Gardens can be replanted. It starts with awareness and intention. Let's shift your soil today. Let's mix the soil up. I'm planning new beliefs about money. I'm growing prosperity, not chasing it. You grow it a little at a time, a small step, incremental steps, like the water hyacinth. One little hyacinth left on a pond will cover the pond without any waves, without any fuss. You wouldn't hear it screaming, go, go, go. You won't hear that. It is just going to get up every day and do its work. And we have to be like a water hyacinth. You don't chase fruit, you nourish it. You show up every day and you water it by coming up and doing the morning blessings when you didn't know what to do. By coming up and standing up and sitting down and papers flying all over it and the phone falls down and this, but you still keep going. And that's what it is the consistency that makes it the fruit grow. Here are 3 seeds to plant. You never stop. So let us look for financial prosperity, the seed we need to stop, to push, to start with. My dear friend, Mr. Gratitude. Thank you, money, no matter how small. Thank you. Open that wallet. Look at that credit card. It's not yours, but it gives you the opportunity to buy something, a gift for a friend, something you want to do. Bless that credit card. Oh, I'm happy and grateful I have this credit card. I'm happy and grateful I have the money to pay this expense. I'm happy and grateful. I am happy and grateful in words every day. I have money to pay for my living expenses. That's cool. Because I'm retired. I don't work for anybody anymore, but I planted fruits, $1.75. I have a witness to this. She did the same. That's Loretta and I. We were just like 2 little. We bought a dozen corn and split it in half. We stand at the IGA, the supermarket called IGA, Independent Grocery Association, right? A big supermarket in Toronto in those days. We stand at the counter. We bought a roast and we looked at the butcher and said, can you cut it in two? And he would do it. Because one roast was too much for she and my cousin, and one was too much for me and my husband at the time. We had no children. We wanted a watermelon, and we cut it in half. We bought 6 yards of the same fabric, and then we told the man to make it 3 yards each, because it was 25 cents cheaper if we bought 6 yards in one piece. And he would still cut it in 2 for us. Then we sewed and made our outfits to go to work, and we were at the same bus stop, so we would phone and say, don't wear this dress today, I am wearing mine. So you see, I am not telling you to do things I didn't do. You have to understand that. We have to understand, we have to start from scratch, and we have to keep going. We have to push it. We have to have a dream. We need to feed the fruit so we can get it. It takes 7 years. When you go to the Caribbean and they give you a coconut gin and coconut water, that is the favorite way to drink gin, apparently, or coconut water, which is good for your kidneys and your liver. It takes 7 years for that tree to grow before it has fruits. You know about the asparagus that we buy? It takes 3 years after you have planted asparagus for you to get fruits from it, to eat. So, why do you believe that you do not have to start and push to that? Have a plan. How do you want to live when you are 79? You want to get up in the morning, feel refreshed. What are you doing? What is your plan? Financial is great. This is what we have today. So money is not bad. Save and invest without emotion. Set a system in place. Thank your money every day, no matter how small. Know that your ability to earn more has no ceiling except the one you place on it. You can grow more money. You can make more money. You choose. You take it. Money and life are parallel. When we are young, from the 20s to the 30s, we're aggressive. The 40s, we are in accumulating stage. We want more. We buy homes. We have this. We do that. Into the 40s, into the 50s. And then we reach the 50s and okay, all that risk-taking is not good. Call the accountant, call the broker and say, okay, let's shift this. Too many emerging nations investment. Great money in emerging nations, but they're too risky. When you used to take your bike, go down the hill and use your running shoes. My son did it. The toe of the front of the running shoes for the brakes. And the lake is in front of him. But that's what they did. Come back covered in poison ivy. Risk-taking. But you think he'll do that now? Hell no. So money, investing, and the risk you take as a person at that time is the same. So the earlier you start, the more opportunity you have to take the risk to make the money. And that's what matters. You need to realize money is not bad. Money is not evil. Money is not the root. Money is a result, a mirror, a reflection of your internal financial beliefs. You have to realize that. I have people who have a fear of abundance. Oh no. And you are a principal at a high school making $200,000 a year. And you cannot make ends meet because you have a attitude about abundance. So as it comes, you throw it, you spend it. It's not that you don't make the money, but you're so afraid of accumulation of money because this thing is so damn evil and you won't get to heaven. We need to find where heaven is. I want the instructions for my GPS because I can give it to those who want to go there with money in their pocket. You know, like we have to think. So close your eyes in a sense. Picture yourself walking through a lush garden. Your personal prosperity garden. Just look at it. Feel good. Breathe it in. See rows of abundant trees. It's like when I get up and I step into the garden and I see the roses doing this and all the other tree plants, I don't even know their names anymore, and the pergola and more flowers and roses and hibiscus, whatever I plant there, all of them. It feels amazing. Somebody who came to see me came to the back and they saw the garden and they went and said, oh my God, it's an oasis out there. They didn't expect it. But it took 56 years of gardening to get there. You know that? It's always constantly doing a little garden here and there. So it took time. I remember I had it like plots and one of my neighbors said to me, what is that, a grave? I didn't know what I was doing. But anyway, picture yourself walking through the garden in your mind. See rows of abundant trees. Each one represents your values, your discipline, service, creativity, and joy. You notice I put one there? Service. Who are you serving today? Don't forget that. A service is a smile. A service is a wave to the neighbor. A service is acknowledgement of another human being. A service is shutting your mouth and don't criticize others. And then, now, see a tree labeled money. The money tree. The lady that came yesterday told me about it. I have a money tree. And I was so happy. She wanted a piece of my rose, the climber. And I said, okay. So I got the clippers and I went underneath the climber and I know the knots that you can cut. And I cut 2 knots to give her. And she said, thank you. That's what she wanted. And I had it. So I gave it. That's service. No strings attached. Now see a tree labeled money. It's bearing a golden fruit. You walk over, reach out and pluck one. Just one. It's all you need. It's like asking, I said to Kylie once, how many do you want? Only 2. I said, you sure you don't need 3? No, just 2. and it was a cookie, and she only wanted two. You learn from them. She didn't take more than she wanted. One day, a woman told me a dream she had. Long ago. She said she was at the lake, and when she got there were crystals all over. And she said, I kept taking it and taking it and taking the crystals. And then she said, this other lady came, and she just took 1 cup of crystals and she walked away. And then she switched the dream because she couldn't understand the dream. She said, she took 1 cup and she went away, but I know it was all mine, so I just kept taking it and taking it. Which one was the right thing to do? She only needed a cup. She did not need to put it all over her body. This person now, the 2 women, I know her and I knew the person she talked about. She was always looking like she was like this. The other woman, that's how she was. She gave more than she took. So, you did not steal the money. That golden fruit is yours. You didn't steal it. You did not beg for it. You grew it. Enjoy what you have grown in your life. Now, your affirmation is, I am the root. Money is the fruit. I grow wealth with purpose, love, and alignment. Don't say, I am sure there will be somebody who will tell me, Tessa-Marie, all about is money. Yes, it's one of the 5 pillars of prosperity. If you are healthy and you have good physical prosperity, good mental prosperity, spiritually aligned, emotionally balanced, you know when to move them like the Kenny Rogers song, when to walk away and when to run. You need the money for you to do those things, to enjoy those things. It's a balance you're looking for. Balancing, there's a 3-legged stool and there's a 5-legged stool. So if all you want is to have spiritual prosperity, you're living 80% of your prosperous life on the street. 80%. Look at the churches. The pastor wants more. One sold a little plastic bag full of mustard seed for $1,000. There was a lady, I love that one. There's a preacher somewhere in the world, and I know where, and you guys know where too. And she's turned around and she said, hey, for Easter, $1,000 to get an angel, your personal angel. And one man said, so you mean the free angels that I have that come to me and help me and guide me, they're not good? I need to pay you $1,000 so you can get me my angel? See, that's why my mother said to me, go read the Bible, Tessa-Marie, and get your own interpretation. Just go read it yourself. Angels are free. She decides she wants her congregation to pay $1,000 per angel. The other one gave them a little bag of mustard seed and said, here is your mustard seed for you. Pay $1,000, a wheelbarrow full of those little 2x3 zip little bags. That is crazy. Crazy, but that's what we do. So my prosperity begins in me. I plant with wisdom and harvest with gratitude. Gratitude. You guys, a lot of you just believe what Oprah says. So let me tell you something she said. She said, one thing she said, she noticed the moment she started being more grateful and taking the time, and I tell that to you guys, I have one for you. I know I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you and tell you. Those of you that are still with me, here we go. A gratitude journal. It has stuff in there to help you. She said the moment she started writing things she was grateful for and being more grateful, her life changed and she accumulated more of what she desired. That's what she said. It is important to remember to be grateful. I am saying that for the small actionable steps you're taking. You took towards manifestation of your dream, goals, and desires, even if they didn't happen. You need to be grateful for them. Gratitude reminds you to stay in the present moment. So be grateful if you want to grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. If you read and you enjoyed something, say, you know what? I am so grateful I read this book today. I'm so happy and grateful I saw the sunset today. I'm so happy and grateful. I came to the morning blessing and I found out I should be more grateful. What financial beliefs? So look at for journaling, right? In that same gratitude journal. What financial beliefs did I inherit that I now release? That you have to be poor. Your family is poor. We're from the other side of the track. All that nonsense. That remember, money is not going to take you to heaven. Sacrifice. Go on your knees. Pray and never stop to listen to what God has to say. What new beliefs will I plant today? I give you a lot. Choose one. How am I already bearing good fruit in my financial life? I have a job and I have $50 saved. There you go. I have a job and I have $50 saved. And the way it's looking, I'll have another $50 by the end of July. How am I already bearing good fruit? Yes, you are. What practical system can I put in place to nourish my financial prosperity? And the answer is automatically have your bank do it for free. Set it up. Don't go and put 500. You can't start there. If you know you can. If you haven't got savings yet, you can't start there. Start with 10. And what magic happened in your life. So guys, thank you so much for visiting with me today.